What is up, beautiful people around the world? Today we're going to be looking, or at least I am going to be looking at a new group with MIRAE. MIRAE. If you know how to say their name, please put it in the comments below. I'm still learning some of the names, and it's sometimes very difficult to pronounce what they should sound like. But I'm just going to say MIRAE for now with their new MV, Marvelous. Now, I'm very excited about this MV because I don't know the group, and I think new groups are always exciting to look at, especially from my point of view, because then I'm thinking, how or what are they doing to make their videos come true? And I'm just excited to see actually what they have to offer in this MV. I would say let's start with the video, and like always, if you do enjoy what you're about to see, just make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and of course look for the hidden image to find a beautiful discount code in the video that you're going to see right now. Alrighty, let's see what this new group is about, because I don't know them. Beautiful. I learned this in a cinematography class, that when you have hallways, it's always nice to put some sort of lighting on the top. Again, it just helps with making this room look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more intense. And normally the hallway lighting in buildings really suck, to be honest. So make sure you bring some LED lights with you to make sure that it is doing what it should be doing, and that is by intensifying the hallway. Very nice. Slow motion. Okay, hold up. So we're only a few seconds in the video, and I always love to talk about color grade because I think color grade is very important. But when you look at this scene, for example, and let's quickly go from this scene to the next scene, you can clearly see that there's a big difference between the brightness levels and the contrast levels. This is much more highly contrasted compared to this one. And that's fine, you know, that's not a problem. But my problem is more, always try to make sure that the color grade is more or less equivalent from the same locations. Because it's a little bit weird from my point of view, especially because I edited so many videos, to see a video that is nice and bright like this. You know, you see all the surroundings, and then boom, you see this video as well, where all of a sudden it's just very dark and very contrasting, even though we know they are in the same location. It's a little bit weird, and if you're starting out with editing your first videos, guys, make sure that your color grade is more or less equivalent to what you are doing in your next frames, especially when it's in the same location. Hold up, was there dust on the TV? One sec, I need to see this. That is so cool. Again, it's just adding a little bit of aesthetic to the video, you know, a little bit of dust to sell the old aesthetics in the video. Very nice. Hold up. Again, why? I just need to point this out because I think this is very important, especially when you're making MVs. Either you do the vocal parts, you know, the fake vocal parts in very good, or you just don't do them at all. But here, for example, pay attention to the, I don't know if this is the lead singer or not, I don't know the group, but it seems as if he's saying something throughout the scene here, but I don't know what it is, but it seems as if he's singing something. But if you look at his voice, there is just no sound that matches what he's doing with his mouth. A little bit weird. Maybe I'm not hearing something that I should, but again, if you don't need to sing in a video, at least pretend to sing. Don't do it. It's okay if you focus on the choreography. Either do one thing good or the other thing good. That's totally fine. And if you one moment are able to do both really good, do both. But this was a little bit out of place. Very nice shots. Details. Really nice. Very nice. Great shots. Very nice and detailed. It's very nice and zoomed in. You don't have to squint your eyes and look for details. It's all there. They're trying to make sure that the details are quite obvious. Very nice again. Even though it's CGI, I'm not a big fan of fake CGI, but it's nice to bring the idea of what's going in his head and bring it to the room, you know, the planets in this case. Very nice room, this. This is awesome. I generally love contrasting colors, for example, blue and orange, you know, they're quite opposite. One is cold, the other one is warm, but it's very, very nice to see this hallway that is splitting both worlds from this reality. Very, very nice to see this. Hold up. So there was one thing that I noticed here again, and I most likely think this is a lighting issue and not a color grade issue, but if we compare scenes, okay, let's go back a little bit. I need to find it. So here, for example, you can clearly see on one side you have a very heavy orange tone, and the other side you have a heavy blue tone. But if we go to the scene before, it seems like even though they're in the same location, the orange tone just disappears completely. I don't know why they did this, but I would say this is not very cool because, again, you're in the same location. The lighting conditions should be the same, but it just seems as if the orange lights maybe broke. I cannot say, but a little bit weird. Weird choice. Oh, beautiful colors. I really think that these neon colors are fantastic. Really, really beautiful. Nice. Great shots. And what's also very nice is that some parts you can clearly see there in the studios, but some of the locations, you know, for example, in the rooms, I don't know if this is a real room or a built room. If these are built rooms and locations, that's really, really cool because, hey, it's nice when you can sell a studio as if it was a real location. That is always very important, and it's nice if they do it. Very nice shots. I love these detail shots of the members, especially not knowing them, but it's nice to finally see some good shots like this. Very nice. Let me have a look at that again. That seemed a bit weird for me. At least the cut did. Let's have a look. I'm not really sure if that was a needed cut, to be honest. Because it would have been cool if he just fell over and then he jumped a little bit and it would have been okay, you know. But instead they zoom out completely. That reveals him basically walking around. It would have been, I think, a little bit aesthetically more pleasing if we just didn't see this member getting into preparation for the next shot, if that makes sense. Man, that's creepy. Like, can you imagine you're sitting somewhere and this person with the helmet is just glaring at you like an alien? I don't know, guys. It seems a bit scary for me. Again, the contrasts here are so heavy compared to the other scene. And I can see that because I play a lot with my contrast as well when I do my color grade. But you can clearly see the big difference between this shot and this shot. It seems as if they just turned on the brightness. I don't know. Did something go wrong with the lighting in this video? Or why do they have to try and correct it as much as possible? These are great videos though. Really great shots. Very cool beat, you know. It's like it makes me feel a little bit happy, you know. Na 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 na. Yeah. Na na na. Really, just, you know, it puts some positive energy into me. Very nice. What's also very cool about the video, and that's what I like, is that even though they're mature, I don't know how old the members are, but I can imagine like 18, 20, 22 maybe. It feels as if they're being kids again, you know, with the spaceship, you know, living as kids again, which is just nice. It's just the idea of, you know, you don't always have to be old to become young, but here they really are selling this idea really well, because sometimes I'm also just thinking about things that I'm like, man, if I was about to do this in real life, would I be considered a kid or not? But it seems like it's fun, you know. If I look at this video, it makes me think, you know what, it's not bad, you know, to go back to your youth a little bit and think about what is fun and what isn't. Very nice camera shots. The angles for all the shots, I think, are great. Some of the cuts are fantastic, and also the slow motions. Whoever did the cuts and the slow-mos in this video really did a fantastic job. It just adds more to the storytelling, and on top of that, it's just nice to get some slow-mo shots with some really nice quick shots. It just adds a little bit to your video. You know, it makes the storytelling a little bit easier to follow, which is just very important to do, especially with an MV that's only 3 or 4 minutes long. Hold up, was that lens even open? One sec. Yeah, it's open. Okay. Nikon. Okay, I just like cameras. What can I say? But that's really nice. I thought it was closed for a second. Very cool. I wonder where they filmed this actually. Because it seems as if they had a studio and then they had a real building, and then and maybe there's going to be a behind the scenes coming out very soon as well. Oi. So this is really cool actually, because you can see that this is actually all just CGI. If you look at the doors, Especially pay attention to this section here. You can see it starts pixelating quite weird. I don't know, there's something about it that makes me think like, huh, how did they film this? But then again, hey, they did something with it. Very nice. It looks more or less believable. I thought this was a real location, but it seems that this could actually just be green screen. And they did a fantastic job on the color grade here because he looks as if he's really in this location. I need to see the behind the scenes for sure, because it seems they are really somewhere. Because now it looks like they are in some sort of location. Maybe this is a museum and they had no doors, so they had to edit them in. Man, this is interesting to look at, so I need to look at the behind the scenes for sure. Very nice. New location. Can I see it again though? What I like about this location, and it's something I just picked up really quick, I can only imagine that this is of course filmed in a massive green screen room or a blue screen room. I cannot say what type of room, but it's nice that they actually added sand that is in the same color as the artificial background. It just makes it more believable, and especially them doing the choreography, moving in the sand, it just makes it so much more fun to look at this video, and also the choreography, because again, the real elements are moving. Fantastic choice of materials. Yeah, you can clearly see that this is all green screen. They just look too sharp for the background and the location. But I'm happy that they at least added some sand, you know, to the bottom. So what are they gonna do? They really made sure that that picture stands out bright, no? Interesting. Especially for a new video and especially for a new group that I haven't seen yet. It's always fun to see how different groups, how different artists, how different... Let me see who actually updated this. So it seems like they updated this themselves. Basically take on a challenge of making an MV, because it's always very challenging, you know, especially for smaller groups or bigger groups. You know, when you have different budgets, you know, it makes it easier or harder. And what they did with this MV, I must say they did more or less the correct thing and the correct approach. They made it simple, but they made it achievable, and that's very important. The only thing I just didn't like was really just the color grade on some of the shots. You could basically see a clear difference between how the colors were very different and the brightness was very different and the contrast was very different. I don't know why they did this, but this was just not needed at all. They should just keep it consistent and make it clean. They should have done that and not what they did. That was my only big downfall of this MV. And of course, if you have shots with lip sync or anything like that, make sure that it's actually according to the song. Don't make people move their lips wrongly, because it just makes sure that their lip sync looks really awkward, and it's not very important, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, that is the video for this week. I really hope you enjoyed this MV. If you did, of course, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and of course, be there on the next video. Join the Discord, the link is down below. We're slowly growing the community, and actually really fun to see what you guys are suggesting there and what you guys are talking about, because we all just want to learn about different elements. So it's fun. Join the Discord, make sure to join the Patreon. All the links are down below, and make sure that you use the discount code that you found throughout the video. It's only limited to 2 people, so make sure you use it. And of course, I'll see you guys on the next video. I'll catch you then, and stay safe, okay? Mwah.